I'm back. Rodrians for Black and White Network. Let's talk about Bill Maher. Bill Maher, of course, real time was last night, and he came out and made some comments regarding a DeSantis-Trump showdown. Now, for the record, he's not a big Trump fan at all. He does like DeSantis, and it's kind of insinuated very heavily that he might consider voting for the Republicans. So has Joe Rogan. So he has come out and made some comments, and much like many of you, he's actually advising DeSantis to not run in this 2024 election against Trump. I'm sure for different reasons. Personally, I don't want to see them showdown. I'm worried about a split in the Republican Party. I truly am. You're starting to see it already amongst even our own subscribers. Starting to go after it. Pro-DeSantis versus pro-Trump. And I'm afraid whoever gets boxed out will refuse to vote for the other one out of pure spite. And I hope that doesn't happen, because you're handing the Democrats the presidency if you do that. Vote for whoever wins the primary, period. I mean, we got to get those people, those jokers out of office. That's all there is to it. We've got to get the Socialist Democrats out of office. Bill Maher urges DeSantis, wait till Trump is dead politically to run for president. Bill Maher's smart enough to know that Trump will tear up DeSantis' ass in a primary battle. It's going to get ugly, and there's going to be a lot of sides drawn. And I think a lot of us don't really want to see that, because we like both of these guys. Real-time host Bill Maher advised Florida Governor Ron DeSantis to avoid the, quote, battle in the mud with former President Donald Trump in the 2024 election cycle, as reports indicate he will enter the race for the White House. Quote, I personally think that would be a mistake for him. Maher began a panel discussion on Friday. Because he's 46, I think just let Trump die. Politically, I mean. Or, you know, he's older. It could happen. I'm not wishing it, but okay. He'd still only be 50. Maher continued, if DeSantis got in against Trump, Trump will do to him what he does to everybody. Not just blood him. It'll be a battle in the mud, and all DeSantis has to do is wait, and he can be president. I normally would say the opposite. Get in there before they pick you apart. But in this case with Trump, it changes everything. GOP pollster Kristen Anderson compared running against Trump to running against a wood chipper, but disagreed with Maher that DeSantis should wait it out since this is, quote, his moment. You don't get your moment all the time in American politics, Celeste Anderson said. It's going to be his moment for 4 years anyway, Maher responded. In 4 years, he won't be governor of Florida anymore because he can't be. He probably won't be in the U.S. Senate unless he left to challenge Rick Scott somehow. It's going to be kind of chilling doing nothing, Anderson pushed back. So this is his moment. I think it would be foolish for him to take a pass on this. This marked a much different attitude from Maher regarding the potential DeSantis-Trump showdown. Maher said in 2022 that DeSantis had, quote, more than a shot to defeat Trump in a GOP primary. In November, he hailed DeSantis as powerful while declaring Trump a loser. He also previously suggested that DeSantis would be way better as a White House alternative to Trump, saying that the Florida governor is not certifiably insane. And I'm not sure why exactly. I think there's a section of folks out there that likes how DeSantis talks in the public eye versus Trump. We have to recognize sometimes that is a thing. I've talked about it before. My father didn't like the way that Trump spoke in the public eye. My dad was a Reagan guy, very much so. Wanted that very professional, very, he believed that went hand in hand with being a conservative Republican. A lot of Reagan people like DeSantis. What I don't want to see happen is what happened in the Democratic Party between Hillary and Bernie. Okay, it split the party. Bernie voters went and voted for Trump because they were pissed. I mean, Trump's ideals and Bernie's ideals could not be further apart. I don't want DeSantis voters to run over and vote for Biden. I don't want Trump voters to run over and vote for Biden because they're trying to spite each other. I hope that wouldn't happen, but I don't know. That's sort of what happens when a lot of people's candidates don't work or they choose to not vote. We've got to get the socialist Democrats out of the presidency. I don't give a shit if it's Trump or DeSantis. One way or another, they've got to go. Okay? I do think it would probably be better if DeSantis waited until 2028 to run for presidency. Don't go up against Trump. It's going to get ugly. And head-to-head in the public eye, you're not going to win that. You're not. There's no way. Trump is just more powerful, and he's got that persona. He's going to be able to talk you down regardless. And DeSantis is not, I don't believe, is not individually confrontational in that way. Trump can handle himself in that way very well, and I don't think DeSantis wants to get into that. I actually don't think he doesn't. I also believe DeSantis should not be vice president. I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, a Trump-DeSantis ticket would be, it would be very powerful. But I would like to see somebody with Trump that like a Tulsi or somebody like that could start elevating their name. So once DeSantis is coming out 8 years after that, maybe somebody else, maybe we can get, not just 12 years of Republican conservative leadership between Trump and DeSantis, but maybe even longer. Somebody else has to start stepping up. I will give the GOP credit for this. We've got bigger names. I mean, without a doubt, we've got bigger names out there as potentials going forward into the stratosphere. Everybody knows who Rick Scott is and Marco Rubio and Ted Cruz, and they're just much more recognizable names. On the Democratic side, the only one that besides Biden and Michelle Obama is Gavin Newsom, and that's it. There's literally Democrats out there talking about John Fetterman running. Are you kidding? He can't even get his ass out of the hospital. Come on, stop. That man's not fit to do what he was voted in to do now. Tell me what you think, Black and White Network supporters. Peace. I'm out. Black and White Network supporters, make sure you go over and check out the Black and White Network merchandise store. 25% off USA First. 25% off USA First. Go now.